Today on Destination Polaris, we head to Utah for Project X with HCR Racing. Destination Polaris starts right now.
Destination Polaris is presented by Rugged Radios, the authority in communications.
Welcome to Destination Polaris and Project X. We are at the home of HCR Racing in Utah. These guys have been a part of past builds, but never their own. First time up, I'm excited. Let's head in the shop and see what they're up to. Brandon.
Jared, what's up, man?
How are you?
Good to have you.
Thank you. First time here at HCR, super excited.
Yeah, about time we got you here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Here's the machine.
This is it, 2022 Ranger XP NorthStar. Excited.
Ready to tear it apart?
Yes, let's go. Let's just take it over here. My name is Brandon Twitchell. I'm the general manager at HCR Racing. So we chose a 2022 Polaris Ranger NorthStar edition. We've started to get into some of the utility vehicle market. We realized that everybody kind of wants a little bit of both. And since they've released these HVAC models with heat, AC, electric windows, man, what a new world it's opened up. It is perfect for what it is. It can, cruise up the dirt roads as fast as you really need to go in most situations. And it has the low range to be able to go out and, get over the big rocks and everything else. What I've really enjoyed about it, besides just it's so easy to drive, is the fit and finish of everything. Everything about it, from the ride command to all the storage compartments and everything, be able to fit 6 people in there if you want to. It's very cool. So to start off this vehicle, we obviously are going to put our HCR Long Travel on it. From there, we went with a pair of 6-inch portals. We are going to run MRT 39-inch tires on Raceline wheels. We use Union Graphics to wrap this thing bright red, as bright as it can get. Talked with folks at Polaris, got some Rhino racks for the top and back. We then went with Camp Chef for the barbecues. We did a cargo glide rear slide rack to get the barbecue out. We used our local Cedar City upholstery to put nice Ferrari tan leather on the seats. We are using Voodoo winch lines. Obviously, we chose our friends at Rockford. Yeah, big Rockford stereo. We went with Rugged Communications. We did an intercom in this one. KC Highlights. Man, they sent us a lot of lights, and this thing's gonna be lit up really good. It doesn't stop. I know I'm forgetting something, but yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff going on this thing. We bumped it out to 72 inches wide, so same width as a Turbo S. We added Zebros shocks. They're actually called Exit shocks by Zebros. We spent a lot of time testing and tuning with them. We decided to add 6-inch portals and 39-inch tires on a set of 18-inch Raceline wheels. So we went this MRT tire to get the weight down so it'll actually drive like it should. I'm extremely excited. Heck yeah, man. It's obviously easy to make these things big and loud, but to make them functional is a lot harder. And that's really where we are priding ourselves in, making a big vehicle and actually having usable suspension.
So the guys are gonna finish tearing apart the Ranger, and when we come back, there's only one place to start, and that's suspension. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Rugged Radios, the authority in communications. Rockford Fosgate, purpose-built audio. Full Throttle Battery, the one that works. And by Waltons, everything but the meat.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. Our Ranger NorthStar has been torn apart. We got a jump start on the wiring, and now it's time to put it back together. We're at HCR, so there's only one color option.
We built suspension, we built control arms. Every kit has about 150 plus pieces, so it takes up a lot of shelf space. And we've got 10 full-time welding booths that go day and night. We've always focused on box suspension. That's what differentiates us from the majority of the other brands out there.
This is the new shop.
Yeah, here we are, man. So nice to actually have a little bit of room.
You have 10 welding booths here?
10 welding booths.
Wow. So this is really where everything comes to life.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
So the guys will come, grab all the pieces and parts they need, and then get in here and get to work?
I think it takes roughly a half a day to tack together all the pieces. And then it's another day and a half or so to finish welding the full kit.
So it's not something that just goes ding, ding, and happens.
No, very time consuming, tedious. Yeah, they have to spend a lot of time getting it all right.
But I mean, that's what you guys really pride yourself in, really, is the detail.
100%. Yeah, everything is way over engineered, way over welded, constructed, the whole bit. I can't give our welders enough props in the amount of time and care they put into these things.
This was a long time coming.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea. It has been such a long time coming, and I just feel the vibe, you know, from everyone. It's gonna make a really big difference for our production.
So there's a lot happening with you guys.
There is, yeah, we're growing nonstop. Going wider, longer, it gives the vehicle such a different feel, sense of confidence when you're driving. Big part of our clientele is desert guys and dune guys. You know, racing is a very small part of actually what we do. But the beauty of what we do is we build our stuff to withstand a race.
Brandon, the suspension's complete, and it looks just a little bigger than the stock.
Changed it a little bit.
Start with the HCR stuff.
Yeah, so basically where we took off with this kit is we wanted to achieve a 72-inch stance. So I can't leave anything alone and just go medium. So yeah, we went with a big 6-inch high lifter portal. They are 45% reduction. We're gonna be putting a 39-inch tire on these, so you know, we need that reduction.
Changed out the shocks, you changed out the tie rods, the radius rods, everything.
So we include the axle bars and tie rods with the kit. You do have to swap the CVs onto the new axle shafts, so that's a little bit of work. We went with an exit shock. We spent a lot of time with these guys testing and tuning, getting the valving, the spring rates correct. I feel really confident everyone is going to love the ride quality of these shocks.
It's time for communications, and we've got Steve Bouchard here from Rugged, and tell me the plans for the install here.
This build right here, keeping it super simple. Just a GMRS radio is going in with a powered external speaker. So what this is gonna do is allow you to cruise around You can have your stereo playing, your Rockford Fosgate thumping in the background. When you get a radio transmission, it'll come over that speaker and you'll be able to talk to all your buddies. Let them know where you're at, if you made a turn, whatever it is. Super simple, yet so effective.
Now, so many builds, we have thrown the kitchen sink at it with the rugged stuff. This one we haven't. Why?
It's a Ranger, for one. Yeah. It's an enclosed cab. There's not a whole lot of noise in there, except for the Fosgate. With this, just keeping it simple, making it real easy to put it in, do the install, radio, power ground, direct to the battery, plug in the powered speaker, and you're good to go.
Even though it's a big, massive build, you can still keep some things simple.
Oh, absolutely.
So Brandon, you called this machine the Tailgater,
Tailgater.
and now we know why.
We got with some folks down in St. George called Cargo Glide. They build bed racks, and they were nice enough to physically build us a custom rack to fit in this Polaris Ranger.
Sweet.
Very excited about that. So once we get a set in the bed, it will roll out, and we're not reaching over the bed sides to get to the barbecue and the cooler. Really excited about this part of it. We got with Camp Chef, and they hooked us up with this perfect setup.
So the suspension is done, the tailgate is wrapped up, and when we come back, we're gonna make this thing louder and taller. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Aluma Trailers, ready to ride when you are. Assault Industries, lead, explore, conquer. Quad Boss, get out there. And by Super ATV, the leader in aftermarket parts and accessories.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. Our NorthStar is coming along great, still a ton of stuff to do, but first, we're gonna crank up the sound. So now it's time to make things loud, so we brought in Dan Hunter from Rockford, and I just learned something about Dan. He is left-handed. And I also have learned something about this kit that we're putting on. It's a little bit extra than the normal one.
It is, correct. This is our stage 6, but Brandon has decided to do an extra sub, so when we have a 4-seat car, you can put one in the front, one in the rear. So what?
Stage 6 plus.
Stage 6 plus.
What all comes in that stage 6?
Front 6.5s, rear 6.5s, a single 10-inch ported sub enclosure. In this case, we're doing the ride command kit, so we're adapting directly into the Polaris ride command. And a 5-channel 1500-watt amplifier.
Is this sort of the ultimate kit you can put in this Ranger?
This is. From Rockford right now, this is the best we've got. I'm very excited, yes, very. It makes me want to buy a Ranger. When you get your product, it'll all come in one big box depending on the stage you've ordered. And of course, we offer a full complement of how-to videos to tear the vehicle down, install the gear, where to put the screws, what screws to take out. So final connection on the amp will be the sub. And you can see the ride command adapter, and this just feeds to the ride command here and then into the amplifier. It's got a waterproof cover on the controls, the gains, the crossovers, all the settings. These amps are preset, so there should be no need for you to adjust anything when you're done.
The worst tug of war I've ever seen. You know what I mean? You, Brandon versus the Ranger. You're not winning. You're dead.
So we're installing our new Voodoo off-road winch line. Give it a little bit of extra strength and flair to the Polaris winch.
I'd help, but I think you're doing a great job.
Under the hood, we've got our Switch Pro system. I think we counted 26 lights roughly, so there's a lot going on wiring with this thing. And what better than Switch Pros? I believe we chose the 12-button panel, so we've literally got a button for every piece on this car. Yeah, we went with a custom spoiler back here to keep a little ground for us when we're going through the dirt. No, but we chose Rhino Rack. I was flipping through a Ranger catalog and seen these. I hadn't seen them before and was blown away how good they looked. So we reached out to the folks at Rhino Rack and Polaris, and they sent us just about everything we needed. We got seats in finally. This has been one of the parts I've been looking forward to a lot. If you could smell it right now, it smells amazing. We went the Ferrari tan. This will be the slowest Ferrari I think there's ever been. Our local shop here, Cedar City Upholstery, did a killer job on these things. The coolest part is they built up the bolsters so they actually look like bucket seats, although these are a bench seat. Couldn't be happier with the way they turned out.
So Brandon, I am fairly surprised you decided to stay with the stock tires on this vehicle, right? Yeah, maybe not. Check this out. Yeah, look at that.
Somebody's bigger.
Yeah, man. So these are the tires and wheels that are going on this vehicle.
They are,
Yeah.
yep. We debated a long time whether to keep it normal, I guess, in a way, or just go big, and obviously we decided to go big. So we went with some 18-inch race lines, perfect fit and finish. And then we went with a 39-inch MRT tire. This is a UTV tire, so it actually will be a functional vehicle. Gosh, I think they're only like 60 pounds, so for a 39, that's incredible. Well, I stuck with our color and just went as bright red as you can go, with all carbon fiber accents. And we had our friends down at Union Graphics did a killer job on it. Ford Race Red is the exact color.
Now this is an HCR build. We're all super excited on how it turned out. Time now to take it outside. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by FlowFast, the ultimate portable fluid transfer system. Polaris Adventures, adventure everywhere. And by AMSOIL, run with us.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. It is time for my favorite part of any Project X build, and that means we are going to take this machine for a spin.
We decided to come out just right here to our local spot called Three Peaks Recreational Area in Cedar City, Utah. So we're just going to kind of show you around. There's trails just about everywhere you look. We can go up, in the hills. We can do a little bit of rock crawling, put that thing in low and test out the suspension. We started with a 2022 NorthStar Polaris Ranger. Fully enclosed cab, heat, AC, ride command, the whole bit. To start off with, we obviously had to go red. That's HCR. And we hood up Union Graphic Company and went that Ford Race Red, and man, they killed it. And of course, we're gonna go with our suspension. We decided to go full long travel suspension, which brings it out to 72 inches wide. We went with Exit Racing shocks. Then we have our extended axle bars and tie rods to accommodate the width. We used RCV ball joints, so we feel confident on the big tires and portals. From there, you've got to run an 18-inch wheel. So we finally found a UTV-specific 39-inch tire made by MRT. It's their soft compound, so it'll really hook up in the dirt and rocks. We pull our seats out and had our local interior shop put Ferrari tan leather seats in it with red accents, and they knocked it out of the park. It really set that thing off. It smells like a Ferrari, doesn't go as fast as one. And then of course we wanted to add sound to this thing. It looks loud, we gotta make it loud. So Rockford came up and did their stage 6 plus, I guess it is. We added 2 10s in this thing, and man, it rocks. So stoked on how that turned out. It's one of my favorite parts. We added a whole bunch of lights. I believe we counted 26 lights from Casey Highlights. The way the light bar turned out, you know, it filled all the gaps just right. We found some Rhino racks. They're in the Polaris catalogs, and I really liked the way they looked. They looked really clean. So we talked to the folks at Polaris, and they got us these Rhino racks, and I'm very, very impressed. Man, the thing drives nice. Considering we're on 39-inch tires, it couldn't be better. So those nice plush leather seats, sealed cab, man, it's nice. Even through the choppy stuff, you know, the mount, it soaks up and you don't feel those bumps through the cab. We have so much wheel travel that the thing goes through the rocks really with not much movement in the cab. So very, very comfortable. I mean, it's like driving in a luxury car. You know, we've got heat going, we've got our Rockford just blasting. We can talk to our friends on a rugged radio. Got all of the convenience of the switches right there at your head. Really doesn't get much better than that. It's definitely probably the highest end one we've ever built. Everything I hoped for. It's beautiful.